Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi! My name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are counting down my top 5 dark fantasy oracle decks. This has been requested, so I am happy to provide. These are all decks that have been unboxed or reviewed on my channel, so this is just the top 5 out of what I own, so not the, overall out of history kind of thing. But with that being said, dark fantasy to me means a fantasy style deck with storytelling and with art. So we might come to see angels, gods and goddesses, unicorns, fairies, mermaids, that sort of a thing. And it also have a darker tone, so a little bit more dramatic, a little bit more spooky ooky, that sort of a thing. So combining all of those, I came up with 5 out of the collection and 1 honorable mention. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and get started. All right, number 5 is The Dark Mirror Oracle by Laura Sava. This is published by Lo Scarabeo, and at the time of purchase, it was $19.95. This is number 5 on my list because I feel like it's not as versatile as the other ones on my list. This is a perfect shadow work deck if you want to work through some much needed healing or things that, like, I'm going to call it work through your demons sort of a situation, but it's not really for the faint of heart, or I would call a beginner deck. But it says a spiritual mirror for those who are not yet shining in the light, but are still surrounded by darkness. I think it is 36 cards or 32. And it is Lo Scarabeo, so it does come in different languages. There are 5 concepts for each card. We have the moon phase that it's in, the grief processing, and then a visual seed. So what's going on in the card, a sentence, so a reflection, and then going dark, how to go through the darkness. So it's really good for that kind of processing. I wouldn't call it an everyday deck at all. So here's the back, and the images are pretty intense, and the keywords or the titles of the cards are intense as well. So if you are going through a hard time and the imagery is a little too much, this might not be for you. But I will say that it is beneficial and it has been helpful for me. It doesn't sugarcoat things at all. And it can be quite dark sometimes, but I think it's beneficial. I think it can be very helpful. But like I said, go at your own pace, go at your own time. Healing is something that is a very personal thing, and especially dealing with any kind of trauma or any kind of, repressed stuff that this could bring up, it can be difficult. So go slow, be safe, and take your time. So that being said, I don't think it's an everyday deck at all, but I do think there is some beneficial aspects to it. So there's how it shuffles just fine. I do like the card stock of Lo Scarabeo, so very flexible, snaps back, very good. So Blinded to Pain, as you can see there, it's pretty, can be pretty gruesome, straightforward and to the point there. All right, if you have this Dark Mirror Oracle, let me know your thoughts. Let me know how you use it, if that's something that you want to share. And if you don't, let me know what your thoughts are on this in general. I would love to know. All right, moving on. Number 4, we have Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle. This is a 50-card deck and guidebook by PC Cast and Colette Baron Reed. This, I'm sure it is a lot more expensive now, but when I got it, it was $15.99 and $21.99 in Canada. This is based upon the PC Cast book series, if I'm not mistaken, and I had no idea that that was what it was when I purchased this. I just saw Colette Baron Reed and the aesthetic of it, and I said, okay, let's try it out. So it says, what if you really belong to the House of Night? These oracle cards offer you a way to converse with the goddess Nyx, just like Zoe Redbird. Turn to the wisdom of the night when you're wondering, what do I do in this situation? What can I expect from my relationship? What will result from my next action? Ask Nyx your question, select a card, and use the enclosed guidebook to interpret her message. So, I don't really have anything terribly negative to say about this deck except for the dang corners. They are sharp. So the guidebook is pretty straightforward. It is written from the point of view of Nyx, the goddess, and it's great because it gives you a little blurb and then a message about it. So you literally could read this little blurb and be okay. It's very straightforward and to the point. And like I said before, it's more versatile than number 5 was. It is very good for like everyday readings, confirmation cards, daily pulls, and like the back said, really, asking a question and wanting to get an answer. I feel like it's more gentle too. It's a very easy to read with deck, and I'm assuming even more easy to read with once you have read the book series. But the imagery is beautiful, very high fantasy feel and vibe, and I do love the borders. I feel like anybody can utilize this if this is their vibe. So very cool, very pretty, and it shuffles pretty well, except for the dang corners. So I would love to know if you own this deck. I know a lot of you do, and if you use it on the daily or do you use it for only specific situations. I would love to know all your thoughts down in the comments section below. Number 3 is the Masia, Oracle of Souls, illustrated by Jason Engel. This is another Los Scarabeo deck, and this retails, I think, for $21.95, but there's 36 cards in a book. This is pretty interesting. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I do. So this says a unique deck fantasy world where myths and legends are woven together to create a tapestry of souls. So this is definitely, I would say, a dark fantasy deck, and it has 6 different realms and then 6 archetypes or 6 people that inhabit that realm. It's really interesting, but it's all about the kind of like the afterlife and what the souls do and how to kind of like process and go through that. So death comes to all mortals, and when their time is upon them, it is but a beginning, a door to another world. So it's really, really cool. Pretty beginner friendly, pretty straightforward with how you can use it. There's, like I said, the different realms, and they do describe the realms as well as the, I'll say, characters of each realm. So there's the back, and again, it's a gloss, and I like the cardstock. It's pretty great. Shuffle's just great, but this art is stunning. We do have the name, we have the title of this, we'll say God in this sense. Each realm has their own little signia, so you know where they're from. And then we have their, what is it called? Domains. Their domains here. So motherhood, ferocity, and creation. So you can call those keywords as well. So there's a lot of archetypes in here that we will recognize, but this art is just beautiful. So this is pretty versatile. You can use this for shadow work just like the dark mirror. However, you can use this for anything. You can use it for a daily pull, question about what you need to focus on, maybe what's blocking. I have not had an issue with using this because, again, it's just so beautifully done and everything's right on the card and you can get the intuitive hits that you need. So just stunning. I didn't think that I was going to connect with it as much as I did. I thought it was going to be just like another kind of like dark and dreary deck by what the packaging looked like, but it's really cool. It's definitely unique, and it's one of those decks that you kind of get that like excitement in when you use it because it's just so different and interesting, and the subject matter is really cool. It's kind of like reading a high fantasy book. So I really enjoyed this one. I think it's great. I would have put it higher on the list. However, there's a couple that beat it out. So I would love to know, like all the other ones, what you think about this if you own it and how you use it. And if you don't own it, what are your thoughts? Is this something that you would like to use? Have you heard of it before? Let me know all of that down in the comments. All right, we're moving on to number 2. Number 2 is Paolo Barbieri's Star Dragons Oracle cards. Again, another low Scarabeo deck. I don't know why they have all the dark fantasy decks, but they do at this point in my collection. So again, at the time of purchase, this retailed for $19.95. This is another deck, I think, with, 33 cards. So it's a lower card count. I know, I always want more too. A star in the sky and a dragon in your heart. The artwork of Paolo Barbieri connects humanity to infinity. It's just so pretty. I'm not one that has like a huge affinity for dragons. It's not something that like I gravitate toward naturally. I do love them, but it's not like my favorite subject matter. But this is just so cool and so pretty. So we have the main deck, which are 28 full color cards depicting a humanoid figure referred to as the Herald and a dragon. Each dragon is connected to an astronomical constellation, and each herald is connected to a specific star in that constellation. And then we have 5 generals. So 5 monochrome cards with a unique design and backing. These 5 cards are referred to as the generals. The general cards also contain both a herald and a dragon. Likewise, both the heralds and the dragons in each of these cards are connected to an astronomical constellation for the dragon and a specific star in that constellation for the herald. So beautifully done. I absolutely love it. There's enough information in here to like really help with your reading. We have keywords, we have the constellations, the star, and then it goes into the message of the card. So here's the back. Again, that cardstock is great. Shuffle's just great. And then on the card, oh my God, this artwork. It's just gorgeous. We have the title and then like a little blurb or some keywords about it as well as the number of the card as well. But like, look, oh my God. It's beautiful. It is so, like, talk about fantasy, right? And then it's dark with that little bit of like overtone of subject matter and the way that it's done artistically. Oh, so pretty. And it's different too. I don't feel like it's like any other dragon deck out there. I feel like it's just such a wonderfully rendered art style. It's both feminine and masculine. It's very powerful, very energetic, and again, versatile with how you can use it. So I'll show you how it shuffles. Again, no issues there. And it shuffles fine this way. So again, let me know if you own it, how you like it. Is it something that you use a lot? Or if you don't own it, what are your thoughts? Let me know. All right, my honorable mention. I had to toss this in here. Even though I feel like it's not exactly dark, it is fantasy. It kind of teeters that line of dark a little bit. But we're going to look at Paolo Barbieri's Unicorns. Again, another low Scarabeo deck. $19.95 was the retail price, and it's 34 cards and a book. So 34 card meditation deck for the soul, from mundane to magical, from transitory to eternal. An oracle dedicated to the spirit of pure uninhabited fancy. So this is pretty cute, pretty neat. It is a deck that has in here a transformation, a meditation, a affirmation, and an action. So that's pretty cool when you're learning about the energy of the cards. It's pretty neat. The whole concept too is They're unicorns in disguise. So here's the back, which is really pretty. And down below, you'll see not a flower. So they're little unicorns disguised as something else. And then it has the keyword down there. But it's just, again, high fantasy, beautiful art. And it kind of teeters on the dark, just a smidge. So see right here, just a little dark, not too much. But I thought this was beautiful because it does take a more internal view of using an oracle. And I like that it does give an action to it. But this is really great for, you know, any kind of work that you want to do with an oracle, especially if you are one who likes unicorns and are attracted to that, as well as affirmations. I really do like that. A lot of the decks now are adding the affirmations in. And again, this has a meditation to it as well for each card, which I enjoy too. I need to get better at that. So when I have something that guides me through it, perfect. But again, so beautiful, so well done. I love, love, love the art style so much. It's just gorgeous. So that's my honorable mention because again, it kind of teeters the line just a little bit on the dark. Not fully like the other ones on the list. So with that being said, let me know again, just like all of them, what your thoughts are with this one. My number one is the Dark Light Oracle by Alexandra V. Bach and Carol Ann Eskenazi. This, I believe, retails for $25.95. I'm not quite sure, but this is published by US Game Systems, and it was a recent release as of filming this. This was a few months ago that it was released, so absolutely love it. Dark Light Oracle, the path to light lies through the darkest shadows. All of us are made of both shadows and light. Sometimes we are pulled toward the heavens, sometimes toward the abyss. Dark Light Oracle helps us find treasures among the miraculous mix of joys and tears, hopes and fears, enthusiasm and melancholy that enriches our soul. It explores the place where suffering is sublimated, darkness is illuminated, and shadows ultimately lead to an enlightened path. The 40 guides beckon you to the crossroads of past and present experiences with messages of healing and lessons of growth. So 40 cards in a 76-page guidebook. This artwork is stunning. It is so pretty. I absolutely love it. So this gives you enough information. It gives you the message for it, first of all, and then it gives you keywords, and then again, love it, an affirmation. So I have enjoyed working with this so much. It is the nice US Game System cardstock with a slight gloss to it. Look at that back. Isn't it gorgeous? Oh, and it's a great size too. So we have the title and then a little blurb. We have the number. But I mean, oh, it's just the epitome of what I feel dark fantasy is. It's very moody. It's very, very positive too with how the messages are in the book. I just want to be in every single scene. Also, we do have landscape cards, so some of you might not enjoy that. I don't really have an issue with it. I think it's unique. But it's just been such a fun and easy oracle to work with. I feel like you can use it in a lot of different ways. It's very, very, very versatile. It's beautiful. We've got a snake woman. Like, And it's not too dreary either. Like, it's dark, but it's not like, sucking the, the brightness out of me. It is just, I love it. I can't say enough good things about it. So I want to know, because I know a lot of you ordered this and have used it. I want to know what your thoughts are. If you feel the same way, I want to know what you use it for. If this is in your top oracle choice for dark fantasy, I want to know all of your thoughts. All right, I'll show you how it shuffles. snaps back so nice. I would always love more cards, but 40 cards is a lot better than the 33 cards of some of the other decks that we've shown today. But yeah, I just absolutely love it. It's just so, so pretty. I need to stop having these cards come out at me that talk about rest. But yes, I love it. So now I would love to know, are any of these decks that I showed today on your top dark fantasy lists? Are there any decks that I didn't show today that you would add? What would you recommend for me to add to my list if that's the case? Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate each and every one of you. I cannot even tell you how grateful I am for every single one of you. If you have not done so already, don't forget to check out my link tree that's in the description box below. That will provide you all of my social media links as well as my Etsy shop where I do private readings. Thank you so much again. I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.